Good evening, everybody, and you're very welcome to the Punchestown preview for 2021, hosted here in Listowel in Christie's Bar, all in aid of the Nano Nagle in Listowel. Just like to mention our panel here tonight. Our MC for tonight is the one and only Pat Healy. We've Owen McCarthy here on this side, our racehorse trainer, and our bookmaker sponsor for tonight is Berkey Brown from Brown's Bookies. And then joining us through Zoom, we have David Casey, assistant trainer to Willie Mullins, Johnny Deneen from Youghal in County Cork, and Michael Chips Gannon from Kildare, two of the most astute punters when it comes to the horse racing game in Ireland. So I'm very pleased to have them with us tonight. So without further ado, I'd just like to tell you that all the donations that are received, we're up over 4,000 at the moment. All the money goes to the Nano Nagle in Listowel. And just before things start, we're just going to show you a video. Is that okay, John? I'd like to thank John C. O'Shea, our cameraman as well. This is just a video just to show you where all the money is going, and then we're straight into the preview show with all the panel. Okay, thanks very much, and keep the money rolling in. Thank you.
There you are, folks. There's the lovely Bethlehem or Jerusalem dance from the lovely people at the Nano Nagle School, all the girls and all the kids. Thanks very much. It's for the Nano Nagle charity, of course. You're very welcome. It's our first Punchestown. I had to think about that. Our first Punchestown festival preview, would you believe? Obviously we have one for Cheltenham every year. but we decided that the people of Kerry and the Stole and around the world, there's people tuning in from Argentina. We've had texts from Argentina, would you believe, America, Australia, and 1 or 2 shady characters from Thailand, would you believe. So we welcome you all. And on my right, I'm lucky to have local trainer at Tay County Limerick, Owen McCarthy. Owen, you're very welcome.
Delighted to be here, Pat.
Owen has always given us a hand, having a good run lately. Owen, things are going well?
Yeah, things are going great now this season, so long may it continue.
Any horse that the lads should keep an eye out for coming up?
No.
He's a cute fella, this one. Keep an eye on him, lads. Owen McCarthy, Owen, you're very welcome. Thank you. And of course, our evergreen sponsor, Berkey Brown of Brown Bookmakers. Berkey, you're very welcome.
Yeah, sure, it's something new, and sure we'll give it a bash. We've a good panel of advice, so I'm sure we'll get plenty insights into their thoughts.
And you were out golfing today, Berkey, first day back?
That was great, yeah.
It was great, fair play to you, Berkey. And on Zoom, we're very lucky, we're joined, of course, by 3 legends of the game, and I do mean legends. Of course, we have David Casey, assistant trainer, the main man in Willie Munn's stable. David, you can hear us loud and clear?
And
yeah,
Pat,
David
welcome.
Can hear us. No need for David to get a haircut, lads, during these COVID times. Yeah, come on, David, you're looking well.
Yeah.
And of course,
Put me on, Pat.
From Youghal in County Cork, we're joined by Johnny Deneen. Johnny, how are you?
Good, thanks. Very good, Pat. Very good.
You got the memo with the pink. It's a pink thing with yourself and Chips. We can see Mikey Cannon.
That's right, Jed.
And we can see Baby George. How George?
It was actually white, but it died in the wash.
Come on, Johnny. Chips, you're wearing a pink shirt as well, and you've George with you there in County Kildare. How are you keeping? You can hear us.
You want to collect it?
That's good. Come here, lads. You all know the format. We're just going to talk about the Grade 1 races. We have 12 Grade 1s over the 5 days of Punchestown, and we kick off tomorrow. The first Grade 1 we're going to have is, of course, the Champion Novice Hurdle. We have 5 runners. Berkey, you might kick us off there with the prices and what your thoughts at the minute.
Yeah, just look, they found the top of the market. It looks a match on paper. Echoes and Rain, slight favourite at the minute. Slight odds on and slight odds against Blue Lord. You know, all the cards in Willie's camp. Like I say, he was very impressive in Fairy House. The other horse was, came down at the last, looked like he was going to finish a decent second to Appreciate in the Supreme. So I think you'll definitely find a winner from the 2, but which will it be?
David, as Berkey said, Willie rocks up with 2 runners in this, Echoes and Rain and Blue Lord. What's your thoughts on him?
I'll only be much between him, Pat. I think Blue Lord, all season I would have had him as a much better horse. Just what the mare did the last day, I thought was very impressive in Fairy House. She's been improving. She used to be a bit of a runaway. She's settling much better now. She's much more relaxed, and she's able to ride a different race, and are able to drop her in a bit now. It was probably a weaker race, obviously, the last day, but
yeah,
hard is that he probably wants 2.5. And I would say I was a bit surprised Paul went from. I think he has the better form in the book, but I think she would probably have more toe over 2 miles tomorrow.
Okay, thanks for that, David. Chips, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, Pat. I think Blue Lord is probably the best horse, but tomorrow, like the small field, it mightn't suit the mare Patrick Ride. She'd be tricky and keen and that, so I'd rather watch her. If I was having a bet in the race, Pat, I'd back Duke Cup at a big price each way in case one of Willie's front 2 bombs out. I think he'd be there to pick up the pieces, and he might.
So Duke Cup for Chips at 33-1 each way, folks. Have a look at that, 33-1 each way. Owen McCarthy?
I think if the handicapper has it right, we'll say Echoes and Rain is £2 inferior to Blue Lord, but she gets the £7 mare's allowance. Technically she's £5 well in. She was very impressive the last day. Will she settle, or will they just bounce out and keep it simple and let her roll away from the front? But it's definitely between the first 2 and the betting.
Okay, thanks Owen. And Johnny, to wrap up the first Grade 1, what's your thoughts, please?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Townend went for Blue Lord myself. The other yoke is improved in Cheltenham when he tipped up. Like that, I wonder was that any kind of a race either? For pleasure, Ballyadam went terrible in Aintree. I wouldn't back against Echoes and Rain. If she settles, I think she'll win.
Okay, thanks, Johnny. So there you go, folks. Chips reckons Duke up each way at 33-1. Just before we move on, David, in the races like this, the Grade 1s, we know that Patrick is going for the amateur title. And of course, Paul wants to keep his lead in the jockey's title. Does Paul have the choice of mounts? Would he have first call on the horses in Willie's stable?
Yeah, Paul had the choice. Yeah, Paul had the choice. So he picked Blue Lord.
Very good. Thanks, David. So we go on into that. The second Grade 1 we have tomorrow, of course, is the William Hill Champion Chase. How many runners we have? 5 runners again in this. Sorry, 6 runners in this. And of course we have the Cheltenham winner, Allaho. David, kick us off with Allaho, Shakon Persoir from the Willie Mullen stable, and Celius Emery.
Yeah, Allaho obviously was very impressive in the round. Never have had him as a 2-miler. His homework wouldn't suggest he's a 2-miler, but he jumps very quick and very accurate. And we've been campaigning him over 3 miles for so long. We thought we just needed a change, and he put up a huge performance in Thurles and in the Kinloch Bray over 2.5, and he won the Ryanair, set very, very good fractions, and kept the gallop up. It's going to be a different task coming back to 2 tomorrow around Punchestown. I'm not certain he's up to it. I would still, in my mind, think he's better over a trip. Nubin Negra, I know, was second in Cheltenham, picking up the pieces. I don't think Shakon Persoir ran his race at all. That probably bore it out a bit maybe in Cheltenham, but to me, on the day, he just wasn't himself anyway. I think Shakon Persoir will win or him up to their days in good order. He's won around Punchestown before. I think the track will suit him. I think whatever beats him will win. I think the race will be run to suit him. It'll be a strong pace. Allaho, first flow, won't be hanging about. I think it'll suit Shakon. I think he'll win.
Thanks, David. Berkey?
He looks like he's got a certain just to go off favourite over Allaho. Bits and pieces for Nubin Negra today. He was, generally a 6 this morning. He's into 4-1, 9-2. He was strong today. I'm not sure he'll be strong tomorrow. No doubt Shakon Persoir will go off favourite, but still slight odds against him.
Owen McCarthy?
I think Nubin Negra, if anything, that Harry Skelton was watching Paul so much in the Queen Mother, he left the race after him. He flew home to finish second.
He flew home.
If he was watching his own race, he probably would have won. And I think it's probably a good price at that.
Nubin Negra for Owen McCarthy. Thanks, Owen. Johnny Deneen, what's your thoughts on this Champion Chase?
I have a feeling that if you look at the race in Sandown on Saturday, them 2-milers they're very much of a muchness in my eyes, and this division to me is wide open for horse to come in and be better than all these. You even see so. Maybe like Shishka next year, or even a good horse like Allaho. If it was 2.5 mile, you wouldn't need money to back Allaho on this. There'll be no betting in the world. I think he'll be good enough to beat these at 2 mile.
Thanks, Johnny. Thank you. Chips, what's your thoughts, please?
I'm with Johnny. I think Allaho is going to control the race pass. Jumping is his best asset, and all the others form poison together. Like, if you beat one, you'll beat them. Each of them just.
Thanks, Chips. We're just I think we just have a delay on the boys Zoom, but that's you can hear us. John, be okay there, yeah? Are we
Yeah.
all okay, John?
If you get raided, Pat, we won't get fined now if you get raided, will we?
We'll all have to chip in, Chips, yeah? It won't be the first time you were caught drinking after hours in the store, Chips. We move on, folks. We're going on to the third grade one tomorrow, of course, which is the Novice Chase, the Dooley Insurance Group Champion Novice Chase. And of course, this is the race that everybody's looking forward to seeing. Monkfish and Inviallen. David, we'll let you take it away, please. David Casey.
I think one of ours will finish in the first three now, Pat.
I think you will, David.
Actually, listen, we run three good horses in this. Now, Monkfish is a pretty. Kyle Reeve is a huge mare. It's her last run. She's going to be retired after. She's in foal. And Franco de Port stepping up and trip. He ran a big race again back in the Power Gold Cup. I think just step up and trip will suit him. But I think they'll all have to do to beat Inviallen. I think he's a brilliant horse. I think Monkfish is the only one we have capable of putting it up to him. But I think he'll have it to do to beat Inviallen.
Really?
Really?
That's why you get paid the big money, Casey. Fair play to you. Thanks for that. Johnny Deneen, what do you make of Casey's statements there?
Yeah, look, Inviallen is a brilliant horse. I wouldn't never against. No, he fell in Cheltenham, but I'd back Inviallen against any horse from 2 mile to 3 mile in novice races. And it wouldn't matter what the distance. He's that kind of a horse. He's that good. And like Monkfish didn't beat a lot. Now Monkfish is obviously a good horse, but you could pick a few holes in his form. And I'd be going with Inviallen strongly anyway to beat the others.
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Chips. What's your make of this race?
Pat, it's like Dawn Run and Bookhouse, isn't it? We'll all remember where we were watching this race. It's just a shame that we can't be there tomorrow. It's a race at
Thanks, Chips. Berkey Brown?
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that now. Like if the general flow was I've laid Monkfish 2 or 3 times. I've laid him at slight odds on again today. I think he'll go off slight favourite, but it's an intriguing battle now, and I'm not saying I don't fancy it. I'm rather surprised that the 3 boys went for Invite, but I like if they had gone for Monkfish, I was going to ask them if it was over 2.5 miles, would you jump ship? Do you know what I mean? But they didn't need to be asked the question because they've gone from over the 3. So I think still think Monkfish may go off slight favourite, but it'll be tight at the top.
And Owen, from the trainer's point of view, I know we had discussed the Cheltenham Inviallen changing stables. Should he be over that now? Should he be back in the groove tomorrow?
There'll be no issues with that. I just wonder if Henry de Brahman is using this race as a guide for next season. We'll say Monkfish is touted to be, we'll say, a future Gold Cup horse. And is he seen, we'll say, Inviallen has the class to win over 2 miles and stay for 3, but is he trying to, if he can beat Monkfish, he's a Gold Cup horse. If he's not, is he more, do you prepare him to be a champion chase horse next season? Because they could have so avoided each other, and the 2 of them would have won grade 1s in Punchestown, so I wonder if they're trying to find where they're going with him next season.
Yeah, it's fascinating. David, you just mentioned Colreevy, that she's in foal. Was she in foal too?
I think Walk in the Park.
Oh, Walk in the Park. Very good.
Yeah, as far as I know, Walk in the Park.
Yeah, it's a fascinating contest, and so look, we hope they all come back safe. That is the main thing anyway, folks. So that's the grade 1s on the first day. We roll on to Wednesday, of course, and the first grade 1 we have there is the Irish Mirror Novice Hurdle, the 3 mile novice. I just want to mention our sponsors, folks. Don't forget our sponsors, of course, Brown Bookmakers, Christy Welsh, Christie's Bar. We have Brendan Sheehan, JPD, Lawnmowers and Chainsaw Supplies, and Betty McGrath, Florist. Thanks to all our sponsors. It's very much appreciated. Johnny Deneen, the 3 mile novice hurdle grade 1, Vanillier and Gavin Crum's horse sets the standard. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, what price is it there? Ask Berkey.
It's hard to split. Nearly 3 to 2, Johnny Vanillier and Gallopin des Champs. 5 bar.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that. To me, the 3 to 1 Vanillier. Because if he runs the way he ran in Cheltenham, there's absolutely no bet in this race. It won with his mouth open. They couldn't put it up. And like Gallopin des Champs won at Martin Pipe. There's nothing else in this race. You should beat all these other yokes. Like if he does what he did in Cheltenham anyway, he's a great price around 3 to 1. I saw 11 to 4. Like if Willie won his train, he'd be 11 to 10, surely, would he not? He won 11 lengths or something. He won with his mouth open in that race. I think it's a great price anyway, 3 to 1. Like I definitely think that if a more, like, there's nothing wrong with Gavin Crumb, but if a more fashionable trainer had it, he'd be much sharper. I cannot see any horse that's any danger to it, to be honest.
That's an interesting theory, Chips. What Johnny's saying. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, like to the eye, he was very impressive in Cheltenham, and he's had a light season, Pat. He's a fresh horse, and they tweaked his wind, and he looked improved animal the last day. You know, but they've a habit of throwing up results in these novice races, like at end of a long season. You know, 3 to 1 is probably fair, but like Jessica Harrington, she could spoil the party with the top horse Cross Hill. He beat him earlier in the year. I know it's taken form literally in that, but Puppy's horse there is 20 to 1, Jessica Harrington.
So Cross Hill, Chips, 20 to 1 each way.
Or each way.
Okay, thanks, Chips. Casey?
Yeah, I like Gallopin des Champs, Pat. I think he's a good horse. I know he only won a handicap, but he ran a handicap because we thought he was well handicapped. You know, we ran him in a grade 1 at the Dublin Racing Festival in over 2 miles, and he ran well. His third jump in the last behind Appreciated and just got a bit tired after a very bad run when he was sick at Christmas. I think step up and triple suit. Statler, the ground is too quick for him. He ran a little bit disappointing at Cheltenham. You know, your man's a good ride, Gallopin des Champs. I think he relaxes in his races. He's not. I think Tell Me Something Girl would be too keen. You're afraid she wouldn't get home. Jetton's game ran disappointing the last day. Yeah, you know, I'd be happy with Orful. I think he's improved a little bit since Cheltenham as well.
There you go. Thanks, David. That's fair enough. That's all you can tell us. Berkey?
Yeah, again, it's just look at the minute they're finding hard to split the two, Vanillier and Gallopin. It looks an intriguing contest, like they've said. Ground was a bit quick for Statler in Cheltenham, but it's probably going to be on the quick side again here for him, you know. So, you know, he couldn't have been any more impressive in Cheltenham. I know Chips was saying, you know, at the end of a long season, but he hasn't had a long season in the sense that, you know, he's a relatively fresh horse coming in here. Looking, you know, would probably go off side favourite.
Okay, Owen McCarthy?
I think like that, Vanilla, he was very good in Cheltenham. But the Brahman horse would say, Tell Me Something Girl, probably great each way, about 14 to 1. With plenty of pace in this race, and she'll drop in with the form, with the trainer, the jockey, and the horses are running in 14 to 1. It'll be lovely each way, but
14 to 1 each way. Okay, that's each way tips.
Prices over Chelsea.
Sorry?
Prices over Chelsea.
Yeah, 14 to 1. No, sorry.
or 13 to 2.
Yeah.
13 to 2.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks folks. Don't forget lads, Johnny and Chips and Casey will be looking for your naps at the end of the programme. We rock on the second day to the 3 mile, the Gold Cup. Of course the news tonight, Manila Endo is now a non-runner. Got a stone bruise today, so Manila Endo is out, the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner, which is unfortunate, but it still leaves 6 runners to deal with. Again, Casey, the Willie Munn stable is top heavy. What's your thoughts, please?
I think Album 4 was the best horse, Pat. But he got beaten the race 2 years ago after coming back from Cheltenham. I think he had a tough race probably this year as well. And wouldn't shock me if Kemba came in and shot in the world. But I think Album Ford is the best horse. I think the rate away should be run. I know Clanders all well bounced out, but Kemba could just get a bit of a freebie in front. And he likes that, and he likes good ground.
Okay, David, thank you. Chips, what's your thoughts, please?
Jeez, I thought Henry the Roman's horse would win. I'm only after seeing that now that it's out with a stone bruise, Pat. I thought Manella would win, and with Manella not running now, I think Album will win. I know David said there he had a hard race at Cheltenham, but this is only his third run this year. Will win now, Pat.
Okay. Johnny?
Yeah, look, it's obviously a good race. I'd be giving Ken Boy a chance. He likes this place, and he might get bowling along in front. He likes the good ground. I would, as David said, I wouldn't be shocked if he beat him. Look, it's a race I wouldn't have a bet in, but there's only three, like the three, Ken Boy, Album Ford, and maybe Clanders of Rhodes as some sort of a chance, really. But that's all he has, is some sort of a chance. I would say Willie Mullins will win it. Maybe Ken Boy.
Do any of the three of you give the Nichols horse a chance on his Liverpool performance?
An afterthought, Pat, and I think you had him 110% ready for entry. And I think he's just coming here as an afterthought to supplement it.
I'm sure Tiger All didn't try.
Fair enough.
He'd have beat him if he tried.
That was a dire race at entry, to be fair.
Yes, we found the favourite now because Manella's out. Jimenez looks like being about a 6-4 shot Album. It will be a challenge for second. Clanders Obo and Kemboy take your pick for second, then and Fakir next to the betting. But 6-4 top of market Album, and like I said, tight for second.
Okay, and Owen, what do you fancy doing in the Gold Cup?
I should have to say Album Ford. He's the class horse in the race. The rest were a long way off, like pick holes in all their form. Mayland was disappointing at Cheltenham. I thought he'd done a lot better in Cheltenham. If he was to bring his A again, he'd be placed. Paul Nichols, he always does well when he travels over. He doesn't. I know it might say it's an afterthought, but you look at his record with horses coming to Punchestown, like they don't come for the fun of it. He'll run well.
The old Cato Star pulled up one year in this race as well. And,
he did with Twist Magic won and Twist Magic won, yeah. You know, they don't travel, like he hasn't travelled over a horse in a long time. But I can't see it beating Album Ford.
David, just go back to Album Ford's run in the Gold Cup, please. What was your thoughts on Album in the Gold Cup?
I was probably, he met maybe two horses that were better class than he'd met in the two previous years. And I'd say that probably told against him. He wasn't good enough maybe on the day. Listen, he didn't jump the last 5 or 6 grade. Would have got him a bit closer maybe, but on the day I thought the two that beat him were better class than what he'd been racing against before.
Okay, we wish him all the best of luck. That is the Gold Cup, folks. The next grade one, of course, we have is the bumper. Again, a fascinating contest with the Cheltenham winner and runner-up, Sir Gerhard and Kilcrut. Chips, take us away, please, on the bumper. What's your thoughts?
Who? Me?
Chips and George.
Oh, sorry, Pat. The bumper. Sure. They look two very, 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 very good horses, Pat. Cheltenham, Sir Gerhard and Kilcrut. I see Patrick is siding with Sir Gerhard. They look two very, very good horses. And runners, Pat, I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Baldock ran well. He beat Fernie Hollow in a bumper, and we saw what he did to Bob Ollingard earlier in the year there in the maiden hurdle, so he must be a fair tool. So just keep an eye on Eric Baldock. He could be a bit of value each way.
Okay, Chips, thanks for that. Johnny Deneen?
I'd fancy Sir Gerard a good thing in this race. I'd say the change of stable, he couldn't have been like razor sharp in Cheltenham. He couldn't possibly have been. And like, you know, when a horse changes, you're hardly going to like work. Maybe beat him by a bit more this time.
Berkey, what's your thoughts on the bumper, please?
Yeah, sure. Look, it's nearly each of two. 5-4 each of two. Betting like a match. It's 10 bar. Probably going to be 7 runners. No, he beat him already. Like Johnny said, you know, he had the handicap of changing stables 10 days before it. You know, Crook got going a bit late, but I thought Sir Gerhard was very much entitled to be favourite myself.
All right, thanks, Bert. Owen, what's your idea of the winner?
I wonder, like, if Kilcrut is going to track Sir Gerhard all the way, will he reverse the form? Do you know, like, he had a lot of ground to make up in Cheltenham. Sir Gerhard got first run on him and he was closing all the way to the line. Will Derek go out and stop Patrick Mullins and not have as much ground to make up? Will that tell the difference? Sir Gerhard's class. It's definitely between the two of them, I think. Can't see it going on the other way.
It's a fascinating clash. David, again, it'll come down to yourself, David Casey. What's your thoughts, please?
I thought the second horse was I thought Kilcrut was unlucky in Cheltenham, Pat. Thought he was too far back. I thought Rachel dictated away in front and Sir Gerhard, and I thought he got first run. Except the argument that they changed the stables. I didn't fancy Sir Gerhard going into the race. I thought because of the whole changing of the stables and everything like that. But I just thought Kilcrut on the day was unlucky, and I would take a chance on him. I think he should have been closer. I think he should have won. I know Patrick has gone for Sir Gerhard. I wonder, was that just to keep maybe Jamie off his back? Because obviously he's going for the championship too. But like, I know Patrick thinks there won't be a lot of pace and he might be able to do the same, but that horse of Peter Fahey's, that ran away in Leopardstown now. They dropped it in last, and if that happens the same again, it'll be a different type of race. I would imagine Kilcrut will be sitting a lot closer to.
Johnny, does that change your point of view after listening to Casey?
No, I respect what he said, but it doesn't. I think Sir Gerhard has the makings of being another Envoy Allen, and I don't see that in Kilcrut. I know maybe Kilcrut was too far back and think, but I'd say you'll see a different Sir Gerhard here tomorrow, or what it is on Wednesday, whatever day that's on. I do fancy Sir Gerhard strongly. I'd fancy him to beat Kilcrut well. I can't see too many horses that are going to beat Sir Gerhard ever, to be honest.
Fair play. Thanks, lads. And again, of course, it's a fascinating contest. Can't wait for it. So we're on to Thursday. We're going well. We're on to Thursday. The first grade one we have on Thursday is the Stairs Hurdle. Of course, and this has Florian Porter, Gavin Cromwell's Cheltenham winner, turning up on Thursday. Johnny Deneen, we'll let you carry on. What's your thoughts, please?
But I didn't give that any earthly in Cheltenham Florian Porter, but again, like it won on merit, and it like for this thing made the run. It did it the hard way. It didn't do it the hard way, but it got a free lead and all that. But Jesus, it's difficult enough to see what's going to beat it. Like, I don't think. Again, if it runs the way it runs in the Stairs Hurdle, it'll win this. No question about it, it'll win it. Because again, man couldn't hold it going up to the line. Like, those two horses, the Cromwells, were hugely impressive. The one in both the 3 mile horses, the Stairs Hurdle and the Albert Bartlett. If they turn up in the same form, this will win too. But I'd like to see the one winning the day before now at the same time.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Maybe I should have asked you first, David. What's the Mullins plan for this race, please?
We'll run 4, I'd say, Pat. Classical Dream, James de Burley might stay in the champion, and Bacardi's a run. And what they've been doing lately, they don't look good enough anyway. I'm with Johnny. Like, I couldn't have had Florian Porter as such, but he just keeps winning. And When you look at it, is there anything to go and beat him? And I don't see it. I don't see Ekin Edge being good enough. Fury Road, not a lot. Sarah de Burley, I don't see any reason why he should turn around the form, you know, with him. So, yeah, I suppose you'd have to go with the favourite, but I wouldn't back him anyway. But that won't stop him winning.
Okay, thanks, David. Will he probably run 4? That's great to know. Chips, what's your thoughts, please?
I think he's better going left. So he's to do it again right-handed in this track, and it just might catch him out. Ronald Pump, fresh, Pat. Kept fresh, beaten by Honeysuckle in the Hatton's Grace. I think he's a free each way in the race. Ronald Pump.
Ronald Pump for Matthew Smith. Okay, Chips, that's interesting. Thanks very much for that. Owen McCarthy.
I was just going to say the same as the Chips there. I think Ronald Pump is a great each way, a bit Flooring Porter. He has his own mind. Like, we'll say one thing having a punt at a price, and it would sharp prices wouldn't be for me now with a horse like him. I think Ronald Pump likes that rock solid each way.
Okay. Chips, why did Ronald Pump miss Cheltenham?
I don't know that, Pat, but he was out a good bit before Cheltenham, like, you know, he was out about a month beforehand, I think.
Okay. Berkey?
Yeah, we know what will be favoured anyway. You know, he's hovering around 7 to 4, 2 to 1. It's 92 5 to 1. Sarah de Burley, 6 Beacon Edge, 7 Ronald Pump, and 8 Bar. Like I said, it's just, you know, like Johnny touched on there. It'll be interesting to see how Gavin's other horse pulls out the day before, you know, and you know, if he did bring his A game and didn't leave any scars from Cheltenham, I just think he'd be hard to beat myself.
Okay, and we'll have Jonathan Moore will be back riding Flooring Porter, won't he? He's back. He'll be back in the saddle.
Yeah, he's back today, wasn't he, or yesterday?
Yeah.
He's down for all the horses anyway tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that, boys. Fair play to you. The second grade one on Thursday is, of course, the Ryanair Chase, 2 miles. David, I'll kick off with you because you can fill us in on Willie's plans, please.
Yeah, we run the 2, Pat. Energy Mean and Janadil will run. Janadil was good last time out, and the Gold Cup there in Fairy House, 2.5 will probably suit him better. He has one over. And
Energy Mean and Janadil.
yeah, both will run, yeah.
Thanks, David. Johnny Deneen.
Yeah, look, Energy Mean he looks a very good horse, and I thought this was going to be a 1-2. Energy Mean to beat Janadil in that order, I'd imagine. I couldn't see anything else having any semblance of a chance in the race, to be honest.
Okay, and Paul Town will ride Energy Mean, David, will he?
He will, yeah, he will.
He will. Chips?
He will.
Fancy the favourite, Pat. Not going to get rid of the
Yeah. And Berkeley?
Yeah, he looks like being the shortest of the shorties. He's around 2 to 5. So look, he looks, you know, he looks strong. Don't think we'll see too much opposition to this one.
And Owen, you'll be the same.
Yeah, he's a class horse.
He's a class horse. Yeah.
It's not really a betting prospect. It's more just watching a real nice horse do what he does best, like.
Yeah.
Spectacle more than anything.
Johnny Deneen, if Shishkin turned up in this, would you fancy Shishkin to beat Energy Mean?
Soft ground, no. Energy Mean to beat him.
Would you, David?
Yeah.
Good man, David. Thank you. That's Thursday, folks. We're on to Friday. Again, we'd like to thank Christy Welsh for supplying Christie's the well bar here in the stall for the Nano Nagles for a great charity. Please give what you can. It's all going for a good cause. On Friday, folks, the first grade one, of course, is the champion hurdle, the Paddy Power champion hurdle, Honeysuckle. Hopefully, will turn up an epitaph. Chips, what's your thoughts on the champion hurdle, please?
She's a freak, Pat. Two of them are just the ladies are racing, and I think Honeysuckle will win, Pat. Every day she shows up, she just keeps improving and doing it, and I think she'll be very hard to beat again.
Yeah, we won't disagree with you. David, what's your running plans, please?
Charge will run, Pat. As I said, maybe James de Burley. No reason why he should turn around the form, assuming both turn up in the same way. I think the mare will win. I think she's very, very good. If she puts up a performance in Cheltenham, she should beat all of these. Epitant's only on the journey home as well. Like, she's heading to Martinstown, so that's where she's going. So she's heading for her holidays, so she's only on the way home as well. So Abracadabra shouldn't be good enough. He's too weak. Goshen has absolutely no chance getting in the way. So yeah, Honeysuckle will win.
Come on, David. Yeah, Johnny Deneen, you don't see Epitaph anywhere back for Epitaph, no?
Gotta get that.
Johnny Deneen, you don't see anywhere back for Epitaph?
Sorry, no, I would fancy the favourite, yeah. Look, she's never been beaten. I won't be laying her anywhere until she does. So, look, I think she'll win. What price is she? 6 to 4 on. I don't think I'll back her. I won't be backing her, but I'd back her rather than lay her at the same time. I don't see what's going to be. Sure, like the Epitaph is like that should be life out of that in Cheltenham, and that can't win at Goshen. That's third favourite. I don't know. Look, it should win. Barring accidents, it should win.
Yeah. Berkey, like the boy said, it's a race to look.
Yeah, again, like you know, how sharp can she be? Look, she's 6-7 for heading for 7-4, and I don't see much opposition to her. Like the boy says, you know, so I don't think the 7-4 on is going to turn. I think it's going to be closer to 5-2 on than 5-4 on, if you know what I mean. So, you know, I don't think there'll be a lot of opposition to her.
And Owen, you're a Honeysuckle man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 1-2 Henry de Bromhead when he sucked the last Tower.
Yeah, we won't disagree with Joe, and you could be right. The next grade one on Friday, folks, is the Alana Holmes Champion Novice Hurdle over 2.5 miles. And again, we have a Cheltenham winner coming back, Bob Ollinger. Hopefully we'll rock up here, Henry de Bromhead, Rachel Blackmore. David, what will you take Bob Ollinger on with?
Gallier de Maisin will definitely run. Ganapati will definitely run, and I'd imagine we'll run one other because there'll only be maximum 5 runners. We'll run 2, and we'll probably run a third one just to get in the way. Ngolo or Lady Britain, I'd imagine. Echoes Rain was the first. Gal was running the mares and opposite say on Friday. Asher, it's very hard to see again beyond the favourite. Like, he won well at Cheltenham. He beat a horse at 7 or 8 lengths, was it? And we thought on the day our fella ran a bit flat, but at the same time.
Okay, David, thanks very much for that. Chips, what's your opinion on it?
Boring, Pat, again. I think the favourite will win, and like there's a couple of horses going to go elsewhere, you know, so there could be each way value there in the race. Decimation now, there could be 3 places there now and be only 2 on the day.
But he runs the 3 mile. He runs Wednesday in a 2.5 mile.
What does he?
He's declared Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you're looking for
It's a
each
race to
way
watch
value
back.
anyway, Chips against the favourite.
Yeah.
Johnny, you're a Bob Ollinger fan?
Yeah, Stonewaller, yeah. 2-1 is probably even fair price. Could be any price. Could be any odds on in the end. Like there's no opposition to it, really. Like the way it won in Cheltenham, look, it should win again. Like you're depending on just horses reproducing what they did in Cheltenham, and it's a 6-week gap at the same time. You'd imagine they should be able to give their run in most of them anyway, but look, sometimes they don't, but it's long enough to nearly be able to get over these races. Look, you're depending, if he gives his running, there's no bet.
And just on that, Johnny, just on the Bob Bollinger, would you be a punter for stacking up them short ones like Invialan, Honeysuckle, Bob Bollinger? Would you put them in the accumulator over the week?
No, right. No, I don't ever do. I normally bet singles, Pat, but I could back a horse from anything from say 2 to 5 to 50 to 1. It wouldn't bother me what price they are. If I think 2 to 5 is a good price, I'll back it. Or if I think 50, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be a fella saying you can't bet odds on and all that kind of. Some odds on are great prices, and other ones aren't. And it's the tricky bit is trying to find the ones that are and the ones that aren't. But look, I would say. Odds on, because there is always that thing in the back of your mind that it's not their derbies really. Like Bob Bollinger was trained for Cheltenham and first and foremost, and this place is the place they go as a kind of a it's a secondary thing really more than anything else. It's kind of a secondary meeting really, isn't it? It's not like most horses want to go to Cheltenham now and want to win there, and if they win here it's a bonus, that kind of thing. So you're in bonus territory. Like put this way, I'd say if you're betting skinny ones in Punchestown over the years, you wouldn't be winning.
Yeah. Would you agree with Johnny Chips? Have
Oh,
few
definitely,
skinny ones left you down at Punchestown over the years?
Here, oh, like for Jessica Arrington, Jetson. Warren Greytrix won with One Track Mind one year. They can always throw up results here. Fresh horses.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye. Berkey and Owen, you both Bob Bollinger main as well, I presume.
I thought of all the novices that were ran in Cheltenham, I thought Bob Bollinger was the best one going forward. I think he's a proper horse.
Yeah.
Couldn't go against him.
Couldn't go against them. Berk?
No, it's just again, I think to listen just to the boys, I think it's a race that could break up from what we're looking at here. There possibly be only 5 or 6 runners in it, so there's 2 on at the minute. If there's only 4 or 5 runners, he's going to be short here, that's for sure.
Exactly. Lads, sorry, I must bring your attention to the lovely hamper. Look, lovely hamper there. We have 4 hampers. The Nano Nagle School have 4 hampers. So there'll be a draw to take place the weekend for anybody who donates to the GoFundMe page. So it'll be 4 lovely hampers. They're worth winning. So make sure you try and give a few quid to the GoFundMe page for the Nano Nagle School, and you're in with a chance of winning a lovely hamper. There's milk tray and bottles of wine and Pringles and lovely Ballymaloe jam and everything. At the minute, folks, we are up to 4,200 of our 7,000 goal. So we've 75 donors. So yeah, we're going well. 34 people have just made a donation. I'm looking there. We have an anonymous donation. We have Jack Foley has made a donation. Thank you very much, Jack. The most famous man in the stall, Mr. Sneaky Boo. Mr. Sneaky Boo's after making a donation. Thanks, Sneaky. You're very good. Who else? John, can we go down there? See? You're going down there, John. Go down the other side, John, for the... Yeah, sorry, bear with me, folks. Suzanne Walsh has made a donation. John James Buckley, thanks John James. Catherine Winmott, thanks Catherine. Orla Buckley. Niamh Burke. Christy Sheehy, thanks Christy. Martin O'Donnell. Rachel Murphy. Jamie Allen. We have €100 anonymous donation. Thank you very much. Shane O'Connell is there. Janie and Andy O'D, I see. Eleanor Moran. Anne Carney. We have Martin Mahoney. Rachel Fitzgerald. Stephen O'Connell. James McSweeney. Rose Dial. Michael Welsh. Geraldine Cronin. Norma O'Regan. Lisa Dillon. Yeah, it's all. Everybody's coming in, folks. Much appreciated. Keep it going, and we'll put you in the draw. Lads, we're up to Saturday. Fair play to you. We'll get your thoughts, of course, your nap of the week, and we'll get your thoughts on the handicaps, any thoughts, and any other horses that we should keep a lookout for. But on the Saturday, of course, we kick off with the Mayor's Champion Hurdle, sponsored by Coolmore Stud. David, you'll tell us what the Closutton stable are thinking of running at the minute.
We run Concertista will run, Burning Victory will run, Stormy Ireland will run. In runs obviously tomorrow. If that happened, if she fell at the first, she could pitch up again. But touch what she wants. Yeah, I just see, like Tears is not in it. Tell Me Something Girl runs Thursday in the 3 mile. Lorena will want the blood bank going on behind her. So I'd say it's Concertista to lose looking at it, Pat, I would think. Stormy Ireland will run a big race. Burning Victory has run since last year's Cheltenham Festival. Sky S, the Sharks mare, listen. She's been doing nothing wrong. She's been improving away. You have to give her a chance, but I'd be disappointed if Concertista got beat.
And David, were you disappointed she got beaten Cheltenham?
I was, Pat.
Just met a better one on the day.
But yeah, on the day, yeah, she'd beaten her. She'd beaten her every time she met her before, like Tears. So I don't think it was her true running, and hopefully she'll be better Saturday. But I think she'll win anyway. Yeah, looking at the race.
Okay, thanks, David. Chips, what's your thoughts?
Concertista, Pat. Obvious starting point. Bit unlucky in Cheltenham. I thought Paul was in front plenty soon on her. She's going to get a fast run race, more patient on her. She'd definitely be hard to beat. I think Manila Melody. Looking here, 14 to 1. I think that's a big price each way. Manila Melody to give you a good run for your money against the favourite.
Okay, Manila Melody. We keep an eye on that. Thanks, Chips. Johnny Deneen.
Yeah, fancy the favourite, Pat. Fancy nearly every favourite, to be honest, but I do fancy this one as well. Look, she was mugged in Cheltenham when she just robbed it. That's all. It was just one of those things. She ran a good race. She just nabbed in the line. But look, I'd fancy her. I do. I think she win. I think this is even a lot weaker race than the race that like the second favourite hasn't run with what 14 months or something. Like how could you fancy that? And I don't just. Good thing in this race, never mind, and she may not have been at her best in that race. She'll win all right. She should anyway.
Okay. Berkey, any disagreement with the boys?
No, I just said, look, like Johnny said, look, she just got mugged. She kind of just didn't meet the last race, and just did her on the line. It's 10-9 between having a good result and a bad result. Like you said, the second favourite has a run with a year. You know what I mean? So. It's probably not she's a similar price to Cheltenham. She's around 5 to 4. That's the price she was at Cheltenham. What looked a better race. She hasn't had that long a season. You know what I mean? I think she had the 2 runs before Cheltenham, and I didn't think there'd be much opposition to her. I thought she was one of the odds against candidates that could go odds on before kick-off.
Okay, thanks, Berkey. Owen?
She can't go against her. Her form is solid. But maybe just we'll say, for a bit, for interest sake in the race, that could run well for price might be Paul Nolan's Miss Milner. She's a mare in great form, and just she'll be priced on the day. She could be just an interest in each way of it.
Yeah, also Cheltenham winner. Fair play. Okay, boys, thanks very much for that. The final Grade 1 is the 4-year-old, of course, the 4-year-old Champion Hurdle, sponsored by Ballymore. Again, David, we'll be looking to you to guide us there. What are you going to run?
Holland Clores and St. Sam will run, Pat. We'll run 2 in the race. I mean, Quilixius was very good in Cheltenham, and I know, obviously, before he left Gordon's, they wanted to run him into Fred Winter because they wanted to keep him apart from Zanny here. They wanted to give Noel Moran a big winner at Cheltenham. So obviously they think he's a very good horse. And he won that way. He won pretty impressive. Our horse was third out at Clores on his first run for us. He had an interrupted preparation going there. I think he'd be definitely better than he was in Cheltenham. I could see him run a big race.
Okay, thank you for that, David. Johnny, what's your thoughts, please? We go to Johnny Deneen. Johnny, what's your thoughts?
Sorry, look, there's the big three will probably fight it out. I wouldn't be adamant about which one. I didn't like the fact that Zanny here wore a thumb strap in Cheltenham, came out of the blue, never wore one before, and fellas telling me that was wearing it all the time. I'd be very wary of it anyway. As the horse, I wouldn't back in the race. It ran a strange race there too. It was finishing well and didn't do nothing at a stage of the race when he should have been doing something. I don't know. Look, whatever beats Calixtus, the Calixtus something like that, is it?
There's a drop tomorrow now. I didn't hear much after that.
I was looking at
Bits of it, not loads, bits of rain.
Is that all? It's going to be rain in Newmarket anyway, I was reading, but maybe not in Punchestown, I couldn't tell you. But look, it's a race I wouldn't be raving about, but maybe if you force me, I'd go Calixius, but wouldn't be with maximum certainty or anything like it.
And Johnny just touched on a point there about Zanny here at Cheltenham having to wear a tongue strap. Explain that for our viewers. What does that mean?
The tongue strap is really just out their breathing. Sometimes by pulling down their tongue and tying it down, it opens up their airways more. Maybe they thought he made a noise. Sometimes the horse can swallow their tongue in their race, and I wouldn't see it as a negative really. It's fairly standard procedure.
Okay. And what do you fancy in this race on? Calixius as well.
Class horse.
Chips, what's your thoughts, please?
I think, Pat, I don't think Jack Kennedy made enough use of Zanna here in Cheltenham, and just have a feeling he's going to be more handy on it, and he could take Rachel on, and he could end up cutting each other's throats, and I might set it up for one of Willie's, and Hout on Colours, only his second one now for Willie. You think he's going to improve on the first one, and
Thanks, Chips. You can hear me, Chips?
Have you yet?
Yeah, thanks, Chips. Yeah. Berkey again, Quilixios, is he the one?
Look, he's probably tight to be favoured. Look, we know what he done in Cheltenham after the switch, and you know, standing here, I was disappointed in standing here, truth be told, in Cheltenham. It's interesting to hear about the tongue strap, and you know, saying is it down to that? Will he wear it again? He's a lot to do to turn it around anyway, that's all I know. Quilixios, definitely go off favourite here.
Quilixios. David, we were just talking about the ground. Just what way do you see the ground being during the week?
I think it won't be too bad. They'll pile water onto it. I know up to last Wednesday anyway, they had 100 mils on it already, so they'll be piling it on. They'll have to know, because it hasn't had rain in 3 weeks. Like the cross country course, like, will be like iron, so they'll have to keep pumping it on. But there is a drop, but there's only a drop forecast.
Okay. And just David, when you mentioned the cross country course, what's Willie's running plans for the cross country races? Have you much in those? And should we keep an eye out on anything in the handicaps?
We've won the Latouche, Pat. We've won the Latouche. If they let him off now, he wouldn't win. So.
Thanks, David. Yeah, go on. What about the handicaps?
Piles of yokes and piles of handicaps. Don't know, do I fancy any of them? Nothing jumping out at me at the moment. Unaccepted if he runs an handicap. Thursday could run well.
What's he called, David?
Unaccepted.
All right.
Power of Pause, actually. If Power of Pause gets in Saturday, he's a chance.
Lovely. What's his name?
I don't know if he's going to get in or not, but if he gets in, he's a squeak. Power of Pause.
What day?
Saturday. 2.5 mile handicap Saturday. Needs a good few to come out to get in.
And just reflecting back, David, just going into Punchestown this week, normally the last couple of years, Willie and Gordon have been fighting it out. It was coming down to the Punchestown Festival who was going to be champion trainer. Willie has edged out Gordon every year. This year he's gone in well clear. You've had a fantastic season in Closutton. What's your thoughts on the season gone by?
It was very good, Pat. Obviously, it was very. We left it a little bit disappointed, I suppose. Just being greedy, I suppose. But it was very good, and hopefully we'll have it next week. And we say we're a long way clear in the jockeys or in the trainer championship, but Henry could have a phenomenal week and get pretty close. If all his horses won or whatever. But no, generally it's been a good year. Good Christmas, good Dublin Racing Festival, good Cheltenham, so can't complain too much.
Yeah, and David, with the summer, coming into the summer, will you be doing the same? You'll be putting a good team together for the summer festivals, Killarney, Galway, and of course the Harvest Festival in Listowel.
Yeah. Run away and keeping a few of them for Galway, as you say, in Listowel, and we have a couple for Killarney hopefully as well.
Very good, thanks David. Chips, anything take your eye in the handicaps throughout the week, please?
Didn't have a clear look. I thought John Hanlon had a horse well handicapped tomorrow, Hollowed Star, Pat, in the first race. He runs off 112 and he's bumper form and he's novice form. There's definitely work to be done there. Off that mark, he'll improve. And I thought stay in handicap.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much. Don't go anywhere, lads. We'll back to you for your naps before we go. Johnny Deneen, anything in the handicaps or any dark horse to watch out for during the week, please?
I'm not a huge fan of handicaps, to be honest. I don't like concentrate in those races that much. I didn't really study them now, to be honest. I looked at I like the gammy races up here, where the skinny ones in the cross country. Now there's Rio that's running tomorrow that should win anyway. You cannot be serious. It's like 5 to 4 on, but like if it's in any shape at all, it has absolutely nothing to beat. And the Shark is training that. He got that into that race somehow anyway, but that cannot get beaten in that race, and it'll be short, obviously.
What's that called, Johnny?
Rewrite the rules.
Rewrite the rules. Okay.
It's running in that Farmers race on Friday. That race that confined to Kildare or Hunt or something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be short, but obviously, clearly, it'll be mad favourite.
Okay. Owen, anything take your eye during the week?
I was flicking through it this evening. Denise Foster as well, one tomorrow. Lyrene, can't think of his second name, but
who?
Lyrene something.
Who trains it?
Denise Foster.
Denise Foster.
Looked like a great horse at the start of the season. It could be well in at 133, I think.
Okay.
Could be great each way, but.
Okay. Berkey Brown.
No, not really. I tried to get a few short ones beat now in the
Berkey wants to get him beat and Johnny Deneen wants him to win. That is the game, lads. That is the game. Okay, before I come to the boys for their naps, again a huge thank you to our sponsors, of course, Berkey Brown Bookmakers, Christy Welsh at Christie's Bar, The Well, Brendan Sheehan from JPD Lawnmowers and Chainsaw Supplies, and of course florist Betty McGrath. Don't forget, folks, the hamper. John, can we have a quick look to see what we're up to on the page? We have 4 hampers, lads. There'll be a draw for those for anybody that has donated. We get the boys' naps on the page at the minute. We're up to nearly 4,500 folks. Fair play. Emer McAuliffe, thank you, Emer. We have Caroline Mohan, thank you, Caroline. What's the
just get the 3 guys and all in there.
Yeah. Sharon Hartnett, thank you Sharon. Kevin Dunley Flooring, thank you Kevin, much appreciated. Adam Driver, Cindy Flahav, yeah, they're just coming up there slowly. Thank you John. We'll keep it coming in folks. We're going to go to the boys for their charity bets. Johnny Deneen, we'll come to you first please.
Yeah.
What's your charity bet for the Punchestown Festival?
I'll go with Vanillier, 3-1.
Vanillier, Bertie's writing it down. Vanillier in around 3-1 for Johnny Deneen. Thanks, Johnny. Don't go, Johnny, yet. Chips, what's your charity bet, please?
Friday, Pat, Handicap Chase, Novice Handicap Chase, schoolboy hours. The 4:15 on Friday. There's an 80 grand Handicap Chase, schoolboy hours.
Who trains that, Chips?
Noel Mead.
Okay. Thank you, Chips. Owen McCarthy.
Bob Ollinger.
Bob Ollinger for Owen McCarthy. Bertie, what's your name?
Concertista.
Concertista for Bertie Brown on Friday. And Casey, what's your nap, please? What's your nap, Casey?
Concertista, Pat.
Concertista. Thanks, David. So there you have it, lads. Johnny Deneen is Vanillier. Chips is a horse running on Friday in the Handicap Chase called School by Hours. Owen McCarthy is Bob Ollinger. Berkey Brown and David Casey both nap Concertista on Friday also. Folks, a huge thank you to Johnny Deneen, Michael Chips Gannon and David Casey. Lads, your time is much appreciated as always. You're very good to us always in the stall, and hopefully we'll see you here in the town very soon, and we'll look after you, and as always we'll show you a good time. Stay safe, lads. Thank you.
Amber. He's gone, lads.
Thanks very much.
Just on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook page, I think, John, what are we up to? We'll just have a quick look, folks. Can you refresh that there, John? Yeah, just 2 seconds, lads, and we'll just let you know. Again, don't forget anybody that donates. We have hampers will be drawn. You could win a lovely hamper. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Bertie Brown Bookmakers, Christy Welsh, Brendan Sheehan and Betty McGrath. Everything in aid of the Nano Nagle School. We're up to nearly 4,400. That is fantastic. Thanks very much, folks. Of course, it's going to run for the next few days, so there's loads of time. Tell your friends. We hope you got a few winners. It's our first time doing the Punchestown Festival preview. I'm sure we'll learn from it and we'll make it bigger and better for next year. A huge thank you to Owen McCarthy. Owen, thank you very much.
No problem, thank you.
Have you runners in Punchestown?
No, we'll have a busy week after Punchestown.
You'll be up and down the country?
Yeah, meant for driving.
We wish you all the best. Owen is a young trainer going places, and we wish him all the best. Hard-working man. Berkey, thank you very much for your time. Thanks to John C for looking after the video and the YouTube and the Facebook and everything, folks. And thanks, of course, to Christy for having us. Keep donating. Thank you again to everybody, and be safe and be lucky. Thank you.
Well done. God bless.
See you later. All the best. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Cash. Thanks.
Bye, lads. Thanks, lads. Much appreciated. Fair play to you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suzanne. I am the Deputy Principal here at Nagle School in Listowel. Our school caters for pupils with moderate, severe and profound learning disabilities and pupils on the autism spectrum. We have 84 pupils on our roll that travel to school daily from various areas in West Limerick and North Kerry, covering a 50-mile radius. Our local community here in Listowel is always very supportive of us. This evening, on behalf of Gabriel Brown, our principal, our staff and our wonderful pupils, we would like to thank everybody for their support. Thank you to Christy Walsh for hosting the event, thank you to John O'Shea, and thank you to the panellists for their expertise this evening. Thank you to everyone that has visited and donated to our GoFundMe page. The funds raised will purchase resources and materials that our pupils will engage with daily in our classrooms. Sincere thank you to everyone. Have a lovely evening.